Well, that's why I think like sequels for me. I'm wishy-washy about sequels because a lot of good sequels, like one of my favorite movies is a sequel. It's The Dark Knight. It's a sequel to
Hmm.
Batman Begins. So
Yeah.
like I wouldn't say like, oh, sequels are bad, but I'm saying like a lot of sequels aim to sort of either top the first movie or to sort of like reveal the magic of the first movie.
Yeah, yeah, like, oh, you thought he just had like fire powers? No,
Yeah,
his skin secretes gasoline
yeah.
and constantly in pain. You're welcome.
It's kind
That's equal.
like the sequel of that. The thing of a lot of people hate is Transformers because it's just that which which for
Yeah.
me, granted, it took them five no four sequels for it to be completely just unwatchable for me.
Which is the one with dinosaurs?
That's the fourth one.
The Age of
Robot.
Yeah,
Extinction.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered. The fifth one
Yeah.
was
It's
even
kind
worse.
of.
The fifth one was even fucking worse because that now it's like and the first Transformers, the cube was the thing that basically
And the
made
Oh,
also
the last one was worse,
the
man. Like,
Allspark, and then afterwards, like no, it's this magical being that's fucking this tiny that has like queens of
what?
shit and
you
springs.
can't tell me the fall of Cybertron is because of this like random robot lady that showed up out of
Yeah, she was like no,
nowhere.
she was like I'm the creator. I'm like, wasn't the Allspark the creator? Like what the fuck happened?
So
Nah, the original story. You want to hear the original story, man? It's
The animated one.
yeah, exactly. That's where it started before like the movies and shit. I base like the concrete story, not like the movies and stuff. The concrete story
Yeah,
is the animated
of
version.
course. Well, it's always like that. The original work is always the purest form of it,
yeah.
and then it gets like modified, and sometimes some versions are considered better, but 95% of the time, the original text or the original version is always supreme.
Well, the thing
Hmm.
is, the thing is, most of the shows or like movies are based off of like literature, right? So in terms of like writing, you have a lot more space and more time and less budget to like create a whole. You don't have to have like 14 VFX studios to make to write
Need $1 billion for a long fight sequence.
exactly. So you can just write it down. It's easy. Like
It's yeah. I'm feeling like I'm saying like the just like to continue what I was said before, like the whole like Transformers movies stuff. I didn't like the actual movies because like half the time you didn't understand what the fuck is going on,
yeah,
and because they focused too much on explosions and
yeah.
flying cars and just like awesome animations. Like that's great, but they haven't focused on character development.
Yeah,
They
there's no
haven't.
But there's
substance.
no
There's
there's no
no
character development.
like they haven't focused on it at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? They haven't explained like enough like who Optimus Prime is, They haven't explained enough who like the other Autobots are, like the
Yeah,
side characters, the ones who helped Optimus get out of Cybertron in the first place. They didn't talk about those like legendary Autobots, bro, that like stayed behind and fought like the Decepticons on Cybertron after Optimus Prime left, for example. You know what I'm saying?
well,
They don't talk about like the
Yeah.
the foundings of Transformers. They don't talk about that, and that's what ruined it for me, man.
all like style and no substance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Although the one thing I do like about Michael Bay's films is the showcasing of all this fucking stuff. Because
Well,
like
there's a lot
granted,
of style, but
like
there's
when I watch a Transformers movie, I'm not here to watch like the character development of Sam Witwicky. Like, I honestly couldn't care less.
I don't like Sam Wiki, but
I
it's
fucking love Sam Witwicky, man. It's fucking
I love
hilarious.
Samuel Witty, man. He played the role very good, bro.
What's his
And
name?
back in
Shia
the
LaBeouf.
movies.
Shia LaBeouf is
Yeah, Shia.
hilarious, man.
they feel the need to cram a human character. This is also part of the whole realism thing. It's
Oh
all
yeah.
those movies where the main character is supposed to be a CGI thing. They chicken out because they're like, oh, no one's gonna watch it if there isn't a recognizable actor. So we have to have a human ride
Yeah.
along character who's gonna be the relatable.
The introduction, the point of view, yeah. But
Yeah, they did the same thing with the Sonic movie.
the
Like,
thing,
I mean, I
the
mean,
thing is
you
though,
can't say that about Transformers because humans were always involved
that's
in
true.
in the Cybertron world. Because like Optimus Prime did escape Cybertron and
to
landed
go
on
to Earth,
Earth.
yeah.
So it wouldn't
That
make
is,
sense if
you're right.
if they only made a movie about Cybertron and the
Yeah,
ending is where like Optimus Prime actually escapes,
yeah.
I would have agreed with you that like no humans, like there shouldn't be any humans
The,
anyway. It's like Cybertron,
the
right?
thing is, the thing is, I think the biggest problem is the fact that a lot of people or a lot of filmmakers, when they make a sort of fantasy type sci-fi movie, the way that you were saying that they feel the need to implicate a human character in it. It's more sort of like, oh, because we need something relatable. But the thing is, it's not the human himself that we care about; it's the human aspects of the character that.
Exactly. Make Optimus Prime relatable. Develop his character. Show us this valiant savior of his species. Make us like in awe of how human and how brave he is. And
Like show him his bravery on
he's the
Cybertron.
main
Exactly.
character, not
Yeah.
Sam. Sam can exist, okay, because there are humans. Like you said,
Yeah.
you're right. But the thing where I take issue is Optimus should have been the main character, not Sam.
Yeah.
And he is like an important character. At least they haven't completely sidelined him, but they really haven't handled his character well because they clearly don't.
Well, yo, I was all with the shit afterwards.
They
man.
forced it so bad.
Wait,
man.
all with the shit after fourth.
They forced it so bad, man. Like they even gave the cube to Sam, man. Like they forced it so bad. They wanted Sam to be part of the whole story so badly. Like the guy had the encryption codes for the energon reserves in his fucking eyeball, bro. What?
That's why I think a lot of people gravitated towards Bumblebee, the movie there.
Yeah,
Because Bumblebee, it was a character that was, well, a character. Yeah,
and they've done a good job with him.
Yeah.
Because he was a character that sort of showcased a human emotion, where he's like he actually was afraid because he was sent here on a planet that, like, you know, none of his other friends are here, and people are like attacking him,
Right.
both
And he's
humans
kind of
and
like a child as
exactly.
well. Which
Yeah, but
he's
they
gonna-
defy the story. That's what I don't like about the movie. They defy this. It's the real story is Bumblebee helped. Bumblebee is one of those like legendary Autobots that helped Optimus Prime escape from Cybertron. Right? They should have showcased like a little bit of the movie where Bumblebee was with Optimus and they escaped together on the Ark. It like the fact that they showed Bumblebee, he's the scout to check out Earth before like everybody else shows up. I feel like it's kind of like,
but that's more
pick
towards
the story, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like which versions are you going?
That's more towards the really big fans of a story. Of like say if like Lord of the Rings were made, but then they didn't stick to like Frodo being the main character.
Yeah,
like people would be like, oh yeah, this is fucked. Like this is fucked. But then like they would completely bypass the story itself and then be like, oh yeah, this is not part of the main story. So fuck this. It's kind of like, you know,
right,
an anime where
watched it.
it's kind of like, you know, an anime when they like create like a bunch of sequels of like parallel universes and shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah, I can't be bothered because it's just the same story, but like it's not the main character I like. Like
Yeah,
Fate,
exactly.
Fate is a big thing.
That's I was thinking about that.
I
Yeah,
know.
and Fate is like my favorite anime series, bar none.
Fate Stay Night, yeah.
And there's so much clutter. There's so much alternate universe BS that I can't be bothered with.
Who played the Fall of Cybertron video game? Actually, like who played like the?
Wait, that was on what console was it?
I think it
PS3 or
was.
PS4?
I think it was 3. It's
I
an old
remember-
game.
Because the last game I played was on I think it was on PS3. I
It was
played
PS3. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the Fall of Cybertron was on PS3.
So, yeah.
If you want like the detail, they did a good job on the game, but the game allows you to put as much detail in the story as possible, right? So I base everything on that game because the creators of like the whole like Cybertron world, like put in everything, like the background characters of Optimus Prime. They explain who he was, what he did for the council, and they explain how he escaped via the Ark.
Yeah.
But I feel like the movies like nitpick.
Well, because you don't have much time with a movie. You don't have much time.
They do. They can manage it, bro. If they actually like not to spend too much time. Exactly. Like,
if they cared.
Yeah, if they cared a little bit more. Like I tell you what, like if they would have I'm talking about like the Bumblebee movie, if they would have put like the beginning of the movie instead of killing Cliff Jumper again, right? The thing over and over again that they keep doing that saddens me the most because I love Cliff Jumper and they just kill him off in the intro. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, and then next thing you know, Bumblebee just shows up out of nowhere and then he takes over the whole movie and then we see Optimus Prime at the end, bro. Come on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could have come up with a better like organized storytelling than this.